Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
There's a big, brand new problem many employers are dealing with right now when it comes to trying to hire new people. And you may be surprised to learn what's causing this issue. Some of them pointing the blame at the state. I'll have that story for you coming up new tonight.
We're live from Detroit's east side to show you this, the constant digging and exhuming of bodies at Gethsemane Cemetery as horrified family members look on. Tonight, what they are finding, we have new information about this investigation.
All right, Sean, we're going to begin, though, with this mural causing controversy in one Macomb County city. The artist wants it taken down, and she's not alone. Off the top tonight at 6, the mural was commissioned by the Detroit Institute of Arts to honor Sterling Heights Police.
But some say it's insensitive to the movement for racial equality and shows the DIA is out of touch. The mural is outside the Sterling Heights Police Station on Dodge Park in Utica. That's where Rod Maloney is live tonight. And Rod, the mural is getting mixed reaction from the people who live there.
Yes, and it's one of those things where, if you recall, back in 2012, there was a millage vote that would have the DIA fund art like this all across Metro Detroit. This was painted 3 years ago, made 3 years ago, and it went up last week. Now they're trying to take it down in some sections. It's called Serve and Protect, a tribute to officers who died in the line of duty, and it's getting blasted as in poor taste in the era of the Black Lives Matter movement. What's more, the artist, Nicole McDonald, seen here at the ribbon cutting last week in the green shirt with the black polka dots, wants it taken down. We contacted her, and she referred us to her statements in a Metro Times interview. She said, quote, "I was trying to do something where they were like in a peaceful moment, like a humble moment. And then they had me put an American flag in the background, and I'm not very pro-American either. So people are now saying that it's like bowing and praying in front of a flag, which is just gross. I mean, I understand the reaction," end quote. The controversy attracted a number of people to the piece today, including Jerry Shea, who's angry at McDonald.
She's a coward. She doesn't stand up for what she believes just because she gets some flack.
And the fact that people would turn this into an anti-police, an anti-American, a white supremacist effort, it just outrages me. It's out of control what's going on nowadays.
Do you believe that praising police, particularly Sterling Heights Police, and yes, they are all white in that mural, is that racist in and of itself?
Not exactly racist, but I understand where some people may come from that might think it might be racist.
Now, underneath the mural are tiles that were made at the DIA by the children of Sterling Heights police officers, and one of those had a skull on it that was emblematic of the special response team. Well, that was also considered racist, apparently a symbol that is worn by white supremacists, at least that's the claim. And so the city and the police department came in, took that tile down today, replaced it with another.
Oh, so Rod, what happens next? Is the city of Sterling Heights likely to take it down?
At this point, I am told they are not looking to take it down in any way, shape, or form. We have the full statement from the city and also the DIA on the Click on Detroit website this evening.
Okay, Rod, thank you. In coronavirus news today, the city of Detroit reaching out to another group of residents to get them vaccinated.
Yep, Detroit is calling homebound residents of all ages to try to get them signed up for the vaccine. City says it's also going to vaccinate any family members of homebound residents who haven't gotten the shot. Meanwhile, the state reporting 257 new cases over this last 24 hours, along with 7 additional deaths. State's vaccine rate remains stubbornly so at 59.8%.
The COVID-19 Joint Task Force, comprised of the UAW, Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis, will continue most COVID-19 workplace protocols out of an abundance of caution. The wearing of masks and safety glasses, as well as social distancing and hand washing, will continue. Temperature screenings are expected to be phased out, along with other minor adjustments to entry and exit procedures. Workstation cleanings will continue.
It appears there is a new twist in the ongoing struggle to hire workers. Some restaurant and bar owners say they are now being used by people claiming to look for work, but really aren't willing to do the job or the work. It's wasting precious time. It's draining resources. Our consumer investigator Hank Winchester live with why this is happening. Hank.
Devin, good evening to you. Whether it's your local bar, restaurant, or your local mall, here's the inside story. We know from employers that it's harder than ever to get employees to work for them, and now we know why.
It's been a struggle. It's been a real big struggle.
To say Steve Howcroft is frustrated is an understatement.
I've been in the business 32 years, and I just never in my wildest dreams would have expected it to get this bad and not be able. Right now, we open at 3 o'clock because I just can't get the manpower.
He's owned this popular spot, Augie's, in Madison Heights for years. But now, after surviving most of the pandemic, the issue, hiring. But there's a brand new twist. The Unemployment Insurance Agency now requires proof that you've set up interviews. Some bar and restaurant owners exchanging text messages and emails like these. They're handed in as that proof that the employee is actually looking for work. The interviews are set up, and then boom, the potential employee just vanishes.
We're getting people that will reach out to us. Are you guys hiring? Absolutely. We'll set up an interview. We never see them. They just ghost us. Today's Wednesday, I've had 12 this week.
Some are choosing to collect the benefits rather than finding a new job or returning to work. Steve is looking to hire cooks and bartenders. And the time that he's wasting setting up these interviews that never take place, affecting his daily operation.
If I can get people to fill those shifts, I can start opening up for lunch and building sales. Because right now, we're open 8 hours a day, and it's not going to cut it.
Back out here live, the governor offering up incentives to employers and even employees to work to get them back to work. That is a new program. Unclear yet whether that in itself will be enough to make a dent in this and to help improve the economy and get people working again. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank.
Well, Hank, UIA considering any changes in light of all this?
And Devin, UIA is going to have to take a very close look at this because just providing the information that an interview has been booked, at least according to the employers, is not enough. They want to be able to have UIA investigate this further and make sure they actually show up for that interview.
Oh, right.
Back to you.
All right, Hank.
Well, we do have a chance of some downpours and maybe a rumble of thunder tonight.
Not expecting it to be quite like yesterday. We had a delay over at the Tigers game last night. Nothing like that going on right now, Ben.
No, there are some downpours out there, but it is covering a lot less real estate than what we were seeing yesterday. In fact, most of the lightning strikes now are in the north zone. There are a couple cells that we're watching here. Southern parts of Lapeer County now just moving into that northeast section of Oakland County. And when we take a 3D scan of this storm, you can tell that the tops on these storms are only at about 30,000 feet. So you can see not as tall as what we were seeing yesterday when some of those tops were reaching 40, 45,000. Still a little bit of heavy rain when we look inside of these. You can see that is reaching the ground. So these downpours are going to give us a good dose of rain, and there's a lot of places that still need it across the area. But as of right now, we're seeing a little bit of sunshine out there. Temperatures are in the low 80s. We'll talk more about what's to come for the weekend in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Tonight we are learning more about what investigators are uncovering inside a Detroit cemetery.
For a third day, crews are digging up graves at Gethsemane Cemetery as many families fear their loved ones are buried in the wrong place. Local 4 Defender Sean Lay is live with new information on what they're finding. Sean.
Kimberly, this all boils down to this. A young mother just came up to us. Her 20-year-old son had been murdered, buried here at the cemetery. They just exhumed his remains nowhere near his final resting place where the mother was told he was laid to rest. And this is happening to family after family after family. Tonight, sources tell the Local 4 Defenders the difficult and heartbreaking job of digging and unearthing burial vaults in front of Gethsemane Cemetery continues, uncovering more problems as they go, as family members look on in disbelief. Rakita Benson's husband, Matthew, was shot and killed 4 years ago. The same Detroit homicide detective, Sergeant Shannon Jones, was at that crime scene.
Yes, Officer Jones.
Today, that very same investigator is in charge of figuring out what's gone wrong at this cemetery.
They finding bodies on top of bodies and they giving us the runaround.
The defenders are told most of the vaults are off by just inches in most cases. Headstones are likely misplaced or not placed at all. And it appears to people that they can't find their loved one's correct resting place at all. Investigators finding vaults buried on top of other vaults. Salada Collier's mother was just buried where investigators are now digging.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Back here live, dozens of families coming up to us asking, what can we do? We can't get into the cemetery to see if our loved ones' remains have been mishandled. We have been asking authorities, especially Detroit Police, who's in charge of the investigation, and they're saying this new information tonight. People are asking loved ones to call the cemetery starting on Monday because there's so much more work to do, but call the cemetery starting Monday. The number 313-922-8577. 922-8577. The digging is done for now because they've unearthed a lot. There's a lot of work to do, but I'm told investigators will be out here to dig more at a later date. Yeah. We're live on the east side. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Just unbelievable. Okay, Sean, thank you.
Warren police are offering a $3,000 reward to the person who can help them solve a murder case. They are searching for these 5 women. They're being called persons of interest right now in the shooting death of 26-year-old Janice Clark. Police say Clark was being chased after leaving a party near Shaner and Masonic. This was Saturday night. Someone in another car fired at her, and she died at Shaner near 12 Mile. If you know anything about what happened, call Warren Police.
A Macomb County man led police on a chase with 3 children in his car. East Point police say Andra Jones sold heroin Monday to undercover officers. When the officers revealed who they really were, they say Jones sped off. After a short chase in his car and on foot, Jones was arrested. He faces drug fleeing and child abuse charges.
TSA at Metro Airport stopped a man from getting on a plane with a loaded gun. Agents found the 9mm handgun in the man's carry-on bag. This was yesterday. Wayne County Airport Police confiscated the gun and this was Monday, took the man into custody. The fine for bringing a loaded gun to a TSA checkpoint starts at $4,100. Well, he's just 90 years old, just turned 90, not slowing down at all.
What keeps this beloved Detroit barber working hard every single day? Kim.
Pokemon cards are a hot commodity these days, but I'll explain why one 8-year-old is getting rid of his.